What is up, guys? My name is BobaTalks and welcome back to a brand new Gotham Season 4 trailer breakdown, and this is for episode 7 entitled A Day in the Narrows. So before we go ahead and break down this trailer, let's go ahead and watch the trailer.
So do you want to maybe go somewhere?
Yeah.
I know what you're capable of, and I don't want to see you or anybody else get hurt.
Pig's actions threaten the both of us.
Penguin's guys are gonna beat and torture their way through the city. I'm giving you 3 seconds.
I'm giving you 2.
I'm ordering you to stand down! You are gonna get our guys slaughtered! It's a spectacle.
So as always, another cool trailer from Gotham, and this is highlighting this kind of street warfare that I feel like is going on in the next episode. And this is because mainly I feel like Professor Pig has set off these things in motion because Penguin doesn't want anything happening to his licensing in crime deal that he's got going on, and obviously Professor Pig is kind of getting involved in that. And obviously Harvey has been on Penguin's payroll, and you know, there's going to be a bit of conflict between Jim and Harvey in this episode, as we see in this trailer. So to give a bit more context to this trailer and what I just said, I'm going to read out the synopsis so we can find out a little bit more of what's going on. With Professor Pig striking fear throughout Gotham, Gordon and Bullock head into the Narrows to look for clues. Bruce Wayne meets a former friend, Grace, who convinces him to come along for a night out with some old classmates. Meanwhile, Sophia's relationship with Penguin and Gordon continues to evolve in the all-new A Dark Knight, A Day in the Narrows. So as the synopsis stated itself, and from what we saw in the newspaper from this trailer, Professor Pig is striking fear throughout Gotham, and obviously the Penguin doesn't want that happening, the GCPD doesn't want that happening, but the difference between, I was about to say the difference between the GCPD and Penguin, but Penguin's got quite a lot of GCPD cops on his payroll at the minute, is that Penguin wants to go around the city, as Jim said, torturing and beating it out of everyone until he finds Professor Pig. And obviously Jim doesn't want to do that, and surrounding in this trailer we can obviously see there's quite a bit of tension between Jim's way of doing things and then Penguin's way of doing things, and I'm thinking Harvey's leaning more towards what Penguin wants to do, because obviously Jim, in this trailer we hear him say, you know, you're going to get our guys killed, and then we see Jim even fire a freaking grenade launcher at this turret, or I think maybe Penguin or probably Victor Zsasz or someone like that is set up, because it just seems like a lot of stuff is going down. So let's go through this trailer frame by frame, and I'm actually going to address the elephant in the room, which a lot of people have been asking me. So is this person Talia al Ghul? And I'm going to say no. The synopsis just says that Bruce Wayne meets a former friend who convinces him to come out on the night out with some old classmates, and I think that this is where Hush might get involved as well. The actor has been recast as well. But as for this person called Grace, I believe Grace Blomdale, I really don't think she's Ra's al Ghul's daughter, unless that's going to be a massive twist. But I honestly think, just judging by what we already know about this episode, the fact it says Bruce's former friend, I think he's probably been attending school with her for a while. And, you know, a lot of stuff has happened between season 1 and now, and, you know, Bruce and Selina. So he's probably just all for a new girl or a new girlfriend potentially coming around, and for something for him to get a bit distracted by going out on a night out with former friends. But I don't think it's going to end well, because we also see Bruce in this trailer after Alfred speaking to him saying, you know, look, I know what you're capable of, and I don't want you or anyone else getting hurt. And I think Alfred was mainly saying that for the other people's sakes rather than Bruce's, because we actually do see him punch somebody in the trailer, and I might have a, you know, fleeting suspicion that that might be Hush who he's punching, because I just got a feeling on this night out with some former friends or classmates, one of them's obviously probably going to be Hush, and it's not going to be ending well for Hush or Bruce. But also in the voiceover that Alfred gave to Bruce, with him just looking very angrily back at Alfred, we see Bruce kissing this girl at some kind of dance or ball or thing. I don't know, whatever they're going out to do with former classmates. It looks like he's getting his Playboy persona on, but to be honest, maybe it isn't that, and it's just Bruce acting out a little bit with this girl. And also another side note, that this person might be Hush that Bruce is punching, because everyone around him looks like the classmates or just like younger people or David Mazouz's age, so it's most likely that one of them is going to get in a bit of a little argument or a fight with Bruce that results in him going all out, and probably a bit too angry mode, like Batman angry mode, where he's just kind of probably punching one too many times. But we're going to have to wait and see, and I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. But around in the middle of the trailer, like I briefly talked about earlier, we see that Penguin says the Pig's actions threaten both of us, and that's very obvious. obvious because there's a killer on the loose and that threatens Penguin's licensing for crime, and then obviously just the GCPD Jim doing what he does best, putting away killers or just criminals in general. But we get a good look at all these people working for Penguin in this trailer, and it looks like some serious stuff is going down because Penguin, as I mentioned earlier, is probably sending all his resources out, and it's going to be very violent. He's going to be beating and torturing people around the city, and even though that might yield quick results in some cases, obviously Jim, being the righteous person he is, and maybe any good cop in general, wouldn't want people running around with guns around the city beating and torturing people to just get an answer where that's just not the right way of going about doing things. And that is exactly what is happening down in this episode, and Jim obviously wants to go against that. And you know, Harvey says he's playing the long game or the smart game, but this is why him and Jim are most likely going to conflict in the episode, because Harvey will probably be letting Penguin get away with it, or at least maybe supporting what Penguin is doing, or at least just not arguing against it like Jim wants to. And that is why we hear Harvey ferociously shout at Jim saying, "I'm ordering you to stand down," and Jim's just like, you know, you're going to get all our guys killed, because, you know, Harvey's most likely supporting Penguin, and Jim's just like, Harvey, what are you doing? We need to stop all of this going down. Even if the Penguin's trying to get results and trying to get to Professor Pig, this isn't the right way of doing it. But when all this is going down between Jim and Harvey, we see Penguin in the background, and I think there might even be a reporter there. So all of this is a very public thing, and that is not good. Where you see the GCPD fighting amongst themselves for what is going on. It's just a massive disaster, and I don't know how this is going to end, but it's probably not going to end good. I just kind of hope that Harvey comes around to Jim's way of thinking, because I really hope that what we got from the last episode from Harvey, where obviously he's been taking money from Penguin, this isn't like a bad path he's going down to the point where that's actually what the writers are planning. Maybe Harvey might be going down a bit of a dirty road compared to what he has been like the past couple of seasons, which hasn't been so bad at all. So maybe he might be going down a bit of a darker path than what, you know, Jim wants him to. Well, or any of us want him to, because we want him to be a good cop, but, you know, sometimes good people do bad things. Now, honestly, there isn't too much more to say about this trailer, so I like to combine it with the promo photos breakdown as well, because with these promo photos, we get a slight little bit more additional input as to just the trailer itself. But this seems like a good time to bring up that really quick scene we got in the trailer of Selena, Barbara, and Tabitha looking very pleased with themselves, because, you know, they're walking out with, you know, Barbara's got money in hand. It looks like Selena's carrying something. They're all just looking like the three badass sirens that they are. And in these promo photos, we get another good look at what they're doing in this trailer. So obviously I want to talk about Selena. She's wearing a very Catwoman-esque costume. She's even wearing a face mask. It looks really badass. I would love to know what you guys think about that in the comments below. But either way, in these next few photos, we get a much better look at Selena's Catwoman costume. And, you know, she's got a whip there as well. And we get a look at what is going on in the scene, which from the trailer, it looks like they're walking away from. But I've got a feeling they're going there for like an arms deal, because that's what Barbara and Tabitha and Selena are doing best this season. They're sort of flogging those guns. But I got a feeling it might go south, and Tabitha and Selena might kick everyone's asses. Well, Barbara too, to be honest, because she got trained a bit by Ra's al Ghul. And for all we know, Ra's al Ghul could be floating around in Barbara's head somewhere, considering what happened with that transfer of weird power, whatever Ra's did that one time in the episode before last. But either way, we see them walking away in the trailer really happy with themselves. So they could just do the deal and walk out, but I don't think it's going to be that simple, because we see Tabitha and Selena crouching behind these barrels and these guys with the guns, you know, equipped. So I got a feeling they're going to walk out of there after kicking their asses with their own money in their hands and the guns, and it's just going to be, you know, they're going to be like, yeah, we didn't buy these guns, we just took them. Now in the next few photos, we see that Jim is meeting with Penguin, and it looks like, you know, there's a lot of Penguin's people here as well, but we do see some GCPDs, such as that new detective, but we also see Harvey in the background as well. Now I got a feeling that Harvey might have just arrived there at that time, and now he's walking towards Jim, and he's probably thinking, look, Jim, you need to let this all happen. You need to let Penguin do what he wants to do. And as we all know, Jim as well, he's not going to want to do that, even though Harvey wants to let it slide, and technically he outranks Jim. So, you know, that's going to be probably the sparking point of the tension between those two in this episode. As I said, I really don't want Harvey to be, you know, kind of supporting Penguin for too long. I really liked how we got a bit of a good Harvey. Some of Jim's goodness rubbed off on Harvey, but now it seems to be going back the other way. But I would love to know what you guys think. Do you think Harvey is going to be supporting Penguin for much longer, or do you reckon he's going to go along with whatever Jim wants as well? Now in this shot of Oswald, we see that WNKW News is sort of interviewing him, and I've got a feeling the speech will go something like this. You know, there's Professor Pig in Gotham, he's spreading fear throughout the city, and I will not stand for that, so I'm getting all of my friends and buddies together, and we're going to go and take him out, or, you know, or do absolutely anything in our power to find him. I got a feeling that is something like what Oswald is saying, because he's in such a high place of power in the city right now that he can do what he wants. So he's just going to say to the news reporters, look, I'm not going to let any of this slide. We're going to find this man terrorizing Gotham by whatever means necessary. But as we know, the GCPD and Jim oppose that and will not want that happening, because they're going to be doing it in a very, very rough, unlawful way. But this moment, I suspect, is towards the beginning of the episode, where Penguin's just announcing what he's doing, and then Jim's just like, well, you know, I can't let this stand. And then obviously the episode's going to unfold from there on out. I've got a feeling that Professor Pig is going to be proper trolling Penguin in this episode, continuing to kill people perhaps, and they're not going to get too much closer to finding Professor Pig, but we'll have to wait and see. But the reason why I say that is because we've got quite a few episodes left with Professor Pig in it. It's going to be good to see more Selena and Tabitha and Barbara moments in this episode. I can't wait to see what the heck is going on from them. I also can't wait to see if Barbara has changed much with that whole, you know, power transferal thing that Ra's al Ghul did, and especially now that he's quote unquote dead, which I don't think is the case, obviously, especially as he will be coming back at some point. But I've got a feeling that, you know, there was definitely more to the eye than what we saw there. So look out for weird Barbara moments next episode. But other than that, guys, that's all I've got to really say about this trailer breakdown. There's not too much more than what I've already said. But let me know if you think I missed anything down in the comments below, and let me know if you enjoyed this video by hitting that like button. Be sure to subscribe if you're brand new to this channel, and if you want to stay more up to date with everything Gotham Season 4 related. But other than that, guys, you can follow me on social media, on Twitter. The links will be coming up on the screen around here or in the links below. And apart from that, guys, hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.